It's November 5th, and the strange side of history awaits. Today, we have a plot that nearly destroyed a kingdom, a blast that shattered the sacred, and a night when chaos reigned the colonies. Let's begin. On November 5th, 1605, beneath the cobblestone streets of London, a shadow moved. A man, cloaked in the darkness of cellars below Parliament, stood watching over 36 barrels of gunpowder. His name, Guy Fawkes. But Guy wasn't alone. He was part of a secret brotherhood of English Catholics, men driven to the unthinkable. Their mission? To strike a single devastating blow that would kill King James I, and every member of the government in one fiery instant. For months they tunneled, plotted, and waited, while the nation above them carried on, unaware that a mountain of death was being stacked beneath their feet. And then, something went wrong. A mysterious letter warning the members of Parliament to stay away from the opening session. And it found its way into the wrong hands. In the cold hours before dawn, guards swept the vaults, and there they found him, Guy Fawkes, surrounded by enough explosives to shatter the kingdom itself. He was captured, tortured, and executed, but his name became legend. Today, people still light bonfires and fireworks across Britain, chanting a single line of warning: "Remember, remember, the 5th of November." Yet behind the smoke and celebration lies a ghost of a nightmare that nearly changed the world forever. It's strange. The conspirators vanished. Their plot crumbled, but the shadow still flickered in every firework that lights the November sky. Interesting enough, the gunpowder plot and political climate is what inspired V for Vendetta over 100 years later. On November 5th, 1943, the skies above Rome turned crimson. World War II raged across Europe, but the Vatican, a tiny walled city in the heart of Rome, was supposed to be untouchable. A sanctuary, a place of peace among the chaos. And then the silence was broken. Just after sunset, a lone aircraft drifted over the city. No insignia, no formation, only the faint growl of its engine. Moments later, the unthinkable happened. Bombs fell. Explosions tore through the air near St. Peter's Basilica. Windows shattered, statues cracked, and the lights of the holy city flickered as smoke rose above the Pope's own doorsteps. But when the smoke cleared, a question began. Who did it? The Allies denied responsibility. The Axis swore innocence. Some claimed it was a warning, a message to the Vatican to stay silent about the atrocities of war. Others whispered it was an inside job, a test, cloaked in secrecy. No one ever took credit, and no one ever confessed. For just a few minutes on that November night, the Sacred Heart of Christianity was under fire, and to this day, no one truly knows who dared bomb the Holy City. They call it an act of war, but maybe it was something else, a warning, a test, or just one of history's ghosts that remind us even the holy ground isn't safe from human hands. On November 5th, long before America had Halloween, it had something darker. A night of fire, fury, and hatred, known as Pope Night. In the 1700s, as darkness fell over colonial Boston, gangs of masked men, drunken sailors took the street. They dragged enormous effigies of the Pope, the devil, and anything they despised, towering figures made of straw and cloth, through the narrow cobblestone alleys. Torches blazed, bells rang, and when the mobs in the north end met those from the south, chaos began. Clubs and fists clashed, bonfires roared to life, and the smell of smoke, tar, and burning fabric filled the air as the effigies were set alight. What began as a ritual of mockery had become something far more primal. A carnival of violence dressed as a celebration. Homes were looted, men were beaten, some were killed. Yet every year, the people returned to the fire as if they were drawn to it. As suddenly as it began, it vanished. When the American Revolution came, Pope Night disappeared, quietly erased from the memory. Too shameful, too violent, too strange. History may have forgotten Pope Night, probably for good reason. Still, there's something haunting about a tradition so wild that it had to be erased, be remembered. Another day, another strange bite from history. Like, comment, and subscribe. Your next eerie dose is just a day away.